Hey guys, yeah, I'm back with one of these. And, well, I try to stay away from it. Because honestly, trying to destroy Verlisify is like stealing a lollipop from a 4-year-old. Case in point, Verlisify. I think that's a way better representation of the style of content this guy puts out. And in case you're wondering what's on the left, because it seems a little bit weird from the cropping side, whoops, it's just my Opera GX sidebar, nothing of importance. Up here are just my bookmarks, and of course, there are a few tabs that I have prepared, but I don't think that they are important right now. Okay, so let's talk about this, shall we? Because, quite honestly, I don't know how this guy can look in the mirror every day, or perhaps even once per week, I don't give a damn, and think to himself that he's actually fulfilling the shit staying here. The best Pokemon hype and content Pokemon Sword and Shield is a main focus for the channel. Punctuation matters, Verlisify. The best Pokemon hype and content, plus you are grammatically, you are basically on the level of a 4-year-old. Honestly. Oh, it would be funny if it wasn't so sad that someone who apparently has amassed quite the following is still this illiterate and inept in terms of the most mundane things. By the way, you should get rid of this entire sentence because you are trying so hard to kill any hype. You're not producing the best content because honestly, all you do is crap out opinionated content. Literally zero thought process behind anything. That is literally the height of your thinking skill. You solved the game you never played because, yeah, the website is going to give you all the information you need, right? Sure. They weren't lying, they were withholding information. I personally would hold them accountable for doing that. However, the company doesn't have to dissolve everything about their own game. They dissolve as much as they want to. Disclose, not dissolve. Sorry, that was my mistake. Disclose. At least I realized that I made a mistake and I corrected as soon as I realized it. Something that you have not done in at least however long you're on the platform. Way too long, by the way. More data mined league coverage because that's the only thing that keeps you alive. Covering leagues first so that you get that literally pathetic little piece of attention that you're clinging to. I know I'm doing the same thing. I know that I am also giving you information that you should not get. However, I'm doing it to clear up lies from your side. Big difference. Everyone was wrong about Pokemon shiny hunting in Let's Go Eevee Pikachu. Including you, Verlisify. That means Verlisify right is confirmed by you dead. So if you use it from this point, we can just point you to your own video. Honestly. Shit Unite gameplay. Don't give a damn. Again, a guide about something that you have never experienced. Something that you aren't even able to comprehend. Why the fuck are you doing this? Oh yeah, because you're the best Pokemon creator in the world. Sorry for the voice, it will never come back, I swear. Sales update, more clickbait. Okay, whatever. The thing. Oh, you're bleeding subs. That's cool. Side note, you're bleeding subs. That's great. People are calling you out for your garbage-ass review, for your garbage-ass hypocrisy, for you being just a giant fucking shit stain. And the funny thing is that apparently you still have a massive army of Sims defending you. I don't comprehend it. Perhaps it's because some people are just anti-establishment and therefore they go along with your piece of shit opinions, not facts, opinions. Everything you do is opinionated. You can have your own opinion, sure, go ahead. You're human, I think. You can have your own opinion. I don't give a fuck. When you put that opinion out and you put that as an absolute law, that is where I have an issue with that. And you do that. You do that on a constant basis. And whether it be the fact that you don't understand what a review actually is, because I'm pretty sure that you're just going to have another video where you insult the game, where you say, nothing makes sense, the game is shit, blah, blah, blah. Fucking same as per usual with roughly 30 videos in the playlist. And my god, it's honestly what stands there is defendable. No, you do get credit for catching them all. It's just a stupid certificate, but it's credit. It's like, hey, you did something. Well done. Good job. It is not the goal of Gen 1 or even Pokemon. Japanese slogan is different. Brain surgery would help you massively. In a world where most people are striving to be a champion or elite trainers, the goal is to train to be a strong Pokemon trainer. To be a strong Pokemon trainer makes a lot of sense. No, it doesn't. Not in the way that you're describing it. Having strong Pokemon, being a strong trainer, is mostly there to defend yourself or to be ready for a challenge coming your way. So it's not just to be champion. Not every single trainer in any Pokemon game always has the main focus of becoming champion, elite trainer, or just the best there ever was. That's factually wrong. Apparently you haven't played a single Pokemon that you can't get to this conclusion. Oh well. The post-game of every Pokemon game has more content than the story because it's about becoming the best trainer you can be. That's full of shit. Some people just don't want to become the strongest trainer in the world. Some people just want that full, completed Pokedex. Some people want a shiny living dex. Ever thought about that? Of course not, because your thinking potential ends at the complexity of Let's Go. In this shit game, we are removed from our timeline and never sent back, even with full completion. What is that sentence? Finish your sentence, you illiterate shit stain. Also, in this shit game, this is the current... Here, let me show you. This is the current Metacritic site of Legends Arceus, which is an 83 with 96 critics, and the user score is 2,823 rating strong, sitting at an 8.3. Let's look at your I actually don't know what this will show us. Pokemon. Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu is sitting at an 80 with a 6.3 user score. 87 critics and 1,026 ratings. Let's Go Pikachu, on the other hand, is sitting at an even worse 79 with the same 6.3 rating. 83 critics from press releases. Pokemon Sword is sitting at an 80 with a 4.6 user score. I wonder. Surely, over time, Legends Arceus can have a more negative user score. Maybe a DLC that is basically bound to come out at this point, will taint the user score from the users. Self-explanatory. Maybe the DLC will mess up the score. Maybe there will be more reviews from press releases about the DLC that will taint the score again. It's possible, totally. But as it sits right now, Pokemon Legends Arceus is the best rated Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. And there is no lying, denying, or anything about that. The only thing you can do about this is face the truth. That it is, statistically, from the scores, everything, it's the best. And there is no saying anything against that. Well, there's probably some delusional explanation about Legends Arceus, the worst Pokemon on Switch, having the best score. But sure, go ahead, lie to yourself. I'm just gonna show you how much of a hypocrite Verlisify is, and I'm just gonna let the clip play out. So, listen.
It looks worse. Didn't think that was possible. Really, when you get it in the game, you see, like, reddish orange plus gray. Just looks like mud, and it's not a good color. Now, the funny thing is, I've seen the gameplay of, like, the boss. It looks worse.
He is so full of shit and hate that he doesn't even realize that he shat on his own profile picture. Or at least his own avatar. I mean, at least he admits that the color combination is absolute fucking trash. That was a joke, by the way. Red, gray, red, black, it can work together. But I'm using this as a joke against him. We could also talk about how he's absolutely inept about the gameplay of Legends Arceus, that this meme apparently came along. Heavy balls are more effective at catching Pokemon that haven't noticed you. Since they are heavier than regular Pokeballs, they don't fly very far. Verlisify had faraway Parasect that is attacking him, and then this happens. There's that. I don't know. I don't know where this is coming from. I think it's hilarious because it's absolutely something that this shit stain wouldn't do because he is incapable of actually reading. Or the fact that he is ban evading Twitter. Yeah, he's back. He's back on Twitter. I wonder if he's going to change the handle on his own YouTube. I might check this later, but yeah, he's ban evading. You're welcome. And it's not even hard to figure out that he's back, honestly. The moment that Wolfie blocked him, it's pretty obvious that it's actually Verlisify. Like, it's so goddamn obvious. Plus, of course, it's another hate Twitter account. Just, the best thing is to block it right away. Honestly, just block it right now. Don't deal with it. Don't think about it. It's the best thing you can do. Also, in case anyone is interested in a funny meme I created, Verlisify with toxicity, lies, hypocrisy, he's carrying around. He's putting it into his own wheel, and he's blaming the stupid, toxic Pokemon community for him hurting himself. Anyway, let's go into the absolute disgusting thing that I know I'm going to hate, which is this. The review, as it were. So, here we are. The sorry excuse for review. Just looking if it is in window properly. Yes, it is. Very nice. Okay. I'm probably going to stop this video a lot because, first of all, I can't listen to this guy talk for extended periods of time because it hurts my ears. Second of all, I will probably have a lot to say about this, considering that I know he hasn't managed to play more than 3 hours of this game. Like, he literally couldn't last past 3 hours with his playthrough of Legends Arceus. Comments are turned off. Oh no, is someone's pathetic, fragile ego so hurt that he can't allow people to say him that his review is shit? Oh, that's sad. That's a sad moment. Okay, let's go.
I don't understand why people are getting so mad at me over Pokemon Legends when...
Perhaps it's the fact that you've literally created hate over 36 videos, and you also put out a pathetic, contrarian apology of sorts that you wanted to love the game, but it wasn't Let's Go 2, so therefore you had to hate the game. Literally what your thought process was. You wanted Let's Go. You've said it a couple of times. You didn't want this.
I'm just trying to save them money. Pokemon Legends is such a bad game that it's actually negative value.
Someone who hasn't even played past the 3-hour mark has no right to any form of evaluation of the content in the game. You don't know what's past the 3-hour mark, so shut the fuck up. Let's keep going.
Your time is better spent doing anything else. Picking up an extra shift at work, cleaning the neighbor's gutter, because maybe something interesting will happen. So
do I even say what I think right now? I don't think I do, because I might actually have to cut it out anyway, because I could get in legal trouble for saying that. So I'm just gonna keep it to a, I think, a little washed down version of what I wanted to say originally. Hey Verlisify, how about you do something productive, go outside, touch some grass, do something productive for society for once in your life, and actually do work for once in your life. Because what you do right there, that's not work. That's you shitting your opinion into the world. And you've done that for countless years. You're welcome. I've just given you the best life advice that you'll ever get.
So Pokemon Legends
For free.
is like negative $80.
Okay, Verlisify, let me get this straight. Because you're so illiterate that you will never be able to learn coding, that you have the audacity to say that a game that is actually put together really well, even though it has its own flaws, that is negative value. Oh my fucking god. Hey, Verlisify, how about you produce something better? Guess what? You never will. So shut the fuck up.
In value. So if you hate yourself and you hate money...
Okay, Okay, I just had to cut out a little bit of screaming because I actually lost my shit there for a second. When you hate yourself, you would actually advise people to play something that you hate because you're a fucking asshole? Nice, good job. You are so devoid of intelligence, I'm actually surprised that you know how to breathe.
Fine, go ahead and buy it. I can't do anything to stop you. Just...
You try so hard to do exactly that. So, what the fuck is the point of this? What was the point of your live stream? If you know that you can't stop people from buying this. What's the point? Oh yeah, being a pathetic little clickbaiting bitch. That's the point.
This is also why it's even weirder that people get so upset that I'm calling this bad game a bad game.
That's a subjective point of view. Because this is not a bad game. And the reviews have actually proven that.
Now my biggest problem with doing a review on Pokemon Legends is that...
Is not anything, because you're illiterate, you haven't played the game, so therefore you have no journalistic background. You have no journalistic right to call this review. You should have called this my opinion. Because this is what it is. This is just your opinion. You've put together nothing of coherence that values this as a review. You shit on journalistic integrity with calling this a review. Shit stain.
All of my concerns about the game ended up being validated, and it's worse than I could have ever imagined.
Your imagination is so goddamn trash. There's no point in actually calling out your imagination. Might as well call this dark void, because that's what it is. It puts everyone to sleep. That was a Pokemon joke. Nice.
So it's going to be a lot of repeating myself. Like, if
you have repeated yourself for 36 videos with how shit this game is apparently is. I need more caffeine, honestly. Otherwise, I won't survive this.
If you just watch my video, Pokemon Legends is going to be bad, here's why.
No, that was way before any coherent information about this game was present.
Where I just read the website and watched official trailers.
Oh yeah, the website and the official trailers are gonna have anything that the game has to offer. In that case, the game could have not been released from the start because there was no mystery. And that's not how good marketing works. Marketing shows just enough to get people to buy it. And then the mysteries are gonna reward the purchase. That is something that you can't understand because you, of course, didn't go get past Cleaver. Because that's the height of your mental ability. That was the point when the tutorials and the handholding actually stopped. And you had the fear of exactly that. That means that you would have had to show that the game actually wasn't handholdy, that the game actually has interesting open area exploration. I'm not gonna call it open world because it's technically not open world. It's segmented open area. I called it something else in my defense for Legends Arceus. By the way, watch that. It's a pre-release video from before Legends Arceus actually came out. I think I made some bullet points that are fair and some thought processes that this shitstain would be jealous of.
And then people got mad at me for doing that. It's that, but worse. You almost need to experience it to understand how truly bad it is.
So now you actually are going full contrarian, saying that people would have to experience it, yet you want people not to buy it. That means that you don't even understand what the fuck you're saying. Which is exactly proving my point that your thought process is limited to something like Let's Go. Where the game has the literal Pokemon Go formula of catching, which has less input than actual Pokemon games. Where you at least could use a move first to weaken the target. But I think I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. I don't know. I might forget about it.
So I guess the best way I can do a review is just talking about my experience playing through the game as is.
Guess fucking what? That's what a review is. For the most part. But it's actually more unbiased. An actual review is more unbiased. But you are fully biased because you can't be natural.
So the very beginning of the game is stupid and...
Okay, first of all, shut the fuck up. 1 minute. You spent 1 entire minute of your so-called review explaining why you feel sorry for yourself. Yeah, this is not a review. You are officially lying to every single person reading this title, calling it a review, because it's not a review. It's not. It's an opinionated piece of shit. That's what it is. Not a review.
It doesn't make any sense because Arceus just decides to send you back in time, and the Arc phone exists because your modern smartphone got transformed just because, and then...
Funnily enough, it's something akin to what I called out is going to be the reason for the Arc phone existing. Arceus pulling it from the future and transforming it, because Arceus is the literal fucking god of the Pokemon universe. The lack of brain cells on you, Verlisify, is astonishing. Seriously.
And then Arceus just kind of like beams you text messages that walk you through the entire game.
Wow, it's almost like a different form of telepathy. Boom! Who would have thought? And telepathy exists all the way back to Generation 1 in Pokemon. Primarily, the best example, or the first example that comes to my mind, is the whole Pokemon movie number 1 with Mewtwo. We could also, I think it was something akin to Sabrina, where her Pokemon telepathically talked through her. I don't remember the early episodes of the anime that well, so that's a giant grain of salt that I'm throwing in there. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry.
Just because. And don't worry, beating the game doesn't give you any more answers. So we're just...
How the fuck would you know? You never beaten the game.
Just kind of sent back in time because we needed an excuse to have a Pokemon Isekai, I guess.
Oh my god, the lack of brain cells! And yeah, we just need the Pokemon Isekai because that totally is the right reason for this. Yeah. That just shows that you don't have any experience with the game. You don't comprehend the storyline anyway. And sure, there are a lot of mysteries with Arceus sending us back. The reason as to why is so that the current timeline actually can exist. It's basically the Attack on Titan style of storytelling, with the Attack Titan sending memories to the past so that in the future the current holder can receive the memories. It's kind of back and forth. But it's basically the same concept. Arceus send us back. By the way, it's Arceus from Archon. I don't give a flying fuck what any Pokedex or any anime has said. They are actually wrong. Oh god, I sounded like a Verlisify. Suddenly it gotten really cold. Perhaps it's the ice forming around my heart. I really turned into a Verlisify. Okay, stupid jokes aside. The whole reason for Arceus sending us back is so that the current present time actually can exist. Time travel is extremely complicated and weird at times. Sometimes even to the point of convoluted. Right, Kingdom Hearts? Not gonna lie, Kingdom Hearts, you shouldn't have done time travel. Anyway, look, if I am writing a review myself, which is, by the way, a review that you would never be able to manage because you are illiterate. So, you have a script, I would presume. If not, then you're just rambling. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure you're going to do anyway, because you're Verlisify. That's the only thing that you actually can do. You can't just ramble on for hours. So, you just having this so-called review and having massive breaks in your speech pattern, you have no quality whatsoever, and you show it on an almost daily basis. Jesus Christ, how bad can one content creator actually be? I don't get it. Seriously, that has to be some form of talent.
An excuse to have a Pokemon Isekai, I guess. And it's a very sloppily done one at that.
Have you ever watched any Isekai anime in existence? No, apparently not.
So after that, you get your first tutorial on how to catch Pokemon because the 3 starter Pokemon escape.
Oh wow, neutral This is actually a neutral recap of what happens in this instance. This is not a Verlisify line. Someone else wrote that for you.
And then after God knows how long of a cutscene, you're told to catch 3 more Pokemon for the next part of the tutorial. So catching...
It's 30 minutes until you can catch again? I doubt it's 30 minutes until you can catch again. I doubt it. If you have done it like me, and you have voiced over everything for a stream, then perhaps it's 30 minutes. I think I'm gonna look at my VOD that I saved, and I'm gonna check how much time it actually took me to go from one catch to the next. I doubt it's gonna be 30 minutes. I think it's gonna be faster than that. Even with me doing voices.
Oshawott, Cyndaquil, and Rowlet was enough. Now you gotta catch Bidoof, Shinx, and Starly. And then...
A scripted cutscene? Of course the cutscene is scripted. This is also just a this is what I mean by you being illiterate. Everyone knows that cutscenes are scripted. That is a big point of concern for people going into the camp of hating modern gaming more and more, because the amount of cutscenes that just follow a script, I think the biggest negative in all of this is the Call of Duty franchise, and of course it swept over into Battlefield and any other shooter, where cutscenes just interrupt the gameplay so much that you don't have a coherent gameplay experience anymore. And those happen through scripts when you go over a certain trigger, so saying that this is a scripted cutscene is just unnecessary doubling down, which I'm not surprised that you do, because you doubled down like 36 times over how shit Legends Arceus is supposed to be. Oh yeah, by the way, I know that there's like 12 videos in that playlist of how shit Legends Arceus is supposed to be that are unlisted. Where are those videos? Is there perhaps something that has come to light recently that disproved any of that? So you unlisted them so you can keep lying to everyone that Verlisify always right? Also, it is. You can't even spell it's right. There is no hope for you in general.
And we do that, you go back. If you thought the open exploration Pokemon game was going to let you take more than 5 steps without...
Whoa. Okay. You're just a shit stain, honestly. 10 times speed.
You thought the open exploration Pokemon game was going to let you take more than 5...
This one line with how fast the button is shown to go. No, you are such a manipulative little shit stain.
If you thought the open exploration Pokemon game was going to let you take more than 5 steps...
and he leaves that text there willingly, on his own accord, to manipulate that this is all dragged out. Piece of shit.
Without being interrupted, you were wrong. So this is not an innovation. This is not a step forward for Game Freak, because it's the worst Pokemon game for getting interrupted with cutscenes and being on a handholdy rail.
Sun and Moon would like to have a word with you. People would probably defend that over this, simply because hate boners for the Switch games are just way bigger. I mean, Verlisify's hate boner for this game is massive, for how small his overall ego is. Ego is replacing another word here.
And if the game that looked like it was going to be open world, and also has like your trainer get knocked out from taking Pokemon attacks, doesn't let you have any freedom, then there's really no hope. The first 3 hours of the game is effective.
Oh, the first 3 hours of the game? It's funny that you mention that, because that's the extent of what you know about this game. You quit after that. You didn't have the balls to go past that point. Oh yeah, let's think this through for a second. He said that there are so many cutscenes. You don't have any freedom. You don't even have direction, basically. Okay, so yeah, sure. Think that if you want. Here's the truth. This game basically has someone from the future come to the past. He has to understand where he is, what the current time is, how the people of that town actually start behaving, because this is actually a very story-focused game, something that you can't comprehend for Shitify. And it's really, really important to understand how the people of old are scared of their surroundings, scared of Pokemon, are unaware of what Pokemon actually do. And this is all a point of this game, what they're trying to tell here. It's integral to understand how the current timeline was able to exist. Because we didn't start like this 10,000 years ago. By your logic, Verlisify, we should have started with whatever kind of technological advances and mental prowess humanity supposedly has. Honestly, eating Tide Pods, I don't think humanity has any mental prowess to begin with. Anyway, with all that we have now, we should have started like that 10,000 years ago by your tiny mind logic. Because evolving, advancing, getting better, getting smarter, getting more confident over time, no, that doesn't happen in your tiny mind. Fuck me.
A cutscene tutorial, and
yeah, it's cutscene tutorial.
Since you get interrupted every minute, you never really get into the flow of the game. Not like the actual gameplay is enjoyable. Pretty much
a subjective point of view from a biased piece of shit.
Every time I tried to do something interesting or cool, the game said, nah, you can't throw a Pokeball that far. Nah, you weren't.
That's why I said in one of my videos that you have no idea about game development or anything like that. You don't know what a boss fight trigger in this case is. There's a boss fight trigger for that Cricketune. You don't get that. You fucking don't get that. The big destination pointer right here is not enough evidence for you to realize what this is supposed to be. A boss fight trigger, or at least a mini boss in this case. The introduction of the first alpha Pokemon. And of course, you're gonna be forced to fight the first alpha Pokemon. Because the game wants to show you, here, these alpha Pokemon, they are actually powerful. Be careful when you have to fight them. So the game is giving us natural exposition. And you're not aware of that. Brain damage.
You weren't in that bush properly, so the Pokemon just spotted you, and then you're forced into a battle. You can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, this Pokemon's actually skittish.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, let the game actually tell you through giant text boxes above each Pokemon whether a Pokemon is easily scared away, whether a Pokemon is aggressive, or a Pokemon is neutral. Yeah, let's just ruin the fun of figuring out all these things for yourself. Totally. That's why I said that you have your mental capacity limited to Let's Go. Because Let's Go has no coherent, complex thoughts behind it. It's Pokemon Go Deluxe. That's it. And you saying that the grass doesn't hide you properly? That's because you were shit at hiding yourself. It's that simple. I'm almost sorry that you lack the mental capacity to understand any of this, but I guess this is how it be.
Like, it's it's a very unpleasant experience. Okay, I'm just throwing this in somewhere in the video because I've been working on it for a few hours.
You have not been working on this for a few hours. Nah. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance in hell. My almost 2-hour video where I cut everything together, where I've done actual edits, where I had to figure out where I had speech pauses to make the video more coherent, that took me around 12 hours. You can tell me that a 17-minute video, which is actually a sad excuse for an actual video, that you took multiple hours to edit this. Either you are absolutely shit at editing, or you have absolutely no coherent thought of what you're doing. Putting in the pictures in the beginning must have taken the entire skill of your so-called editing prowess.
Getting tired, but I realized while editing this video that I have understated how bad the cutscene in...
Oh yeah, you have understated that. Oh, the game doesn't let you play. Oh, the cutscenes are shit. Yeah, you have understated that with the fact that you've driven this point home for literal weeks before the review. Your excuse for review even came out. Yeah, you've understated the point.
Interruptions are. It's just one for one. For every 1 minute of freedom you get, there's going to be a minute of dialogue and just interruptions coming your way.
Why? Mofo, don't tell me that a random side quest that you accepted is one of the things that you count towards interruptions. You could have ignored that. You chose not to. That's your own fault. Same with the bulletin board of Professor Leventon. You don't have to interact with that. That is your own choice to interrupt your own gameplay with accepting that. If you count those things towards actual interruptions of gameplay, of the flow of gameplay, to call you mindless would be actually a compliment to you.
That the first couple hours of the game are almost unplayable, and this doesn't get any better as the game goes on, because the story is just going to keep hammering itself in. Oh, this noble Pokemon needs help. Oh, this Pokemon needs to be caught. Oh, here's your research progress. Back to town.
Oh no, a story-focused game is trying to implement story through various means, be it cutscenes, character interactions, or anything like that. Oh no, that is such a shame. You're boring me halfway to death, actually, with how repetitive everything is. You've literally, honestly, for the first 4 minutes of the video, you've only said the game is shit, and you've listed like 1 point, that it's cutscenes, and that it doesn't, okay, 2, it doesn't make sense, it's full of cutscenes. Damn, son.
And that's just kind of the thing. There's also so many more problems than I can state in this video that I've kind of touched on in the past, that, or other things that should.
The outcome doesn't make sense. Yes, it does, you just don't comprehend it. Pokeball creation has been ruined. No, it hasn't been. It's absolutely properly explained in this game. The noble Pokemon are a shit idea. No, they're not. You're just bad. The characters are boring and uninteresting. No, they're not. I could literally list how Liam goes from a pretentious little bitch to someone who's open-minded and willing to help despite everyone hating us. At one point in the game that you haven't seen Verlisify, because you are not going to believe the twist that happens later.
Should make themselves evident. Like, you go back to the town, and then you talk to the gatekeeper, and then you go to the area. Everything is clunky and...
Huh? Oh yeah. Because the gatekeeper, who lore-wise has been explained away, we have to tell him where we are going, so in case we black out, we can be recovered. Yeah, it's clunky because you just hate the fact that something makes sense for a game that you just have a massive hate boner for. Totally the game's fault, not yours. No, no, no.
There's no freedom in this game at all. So that's another thing. It's like, okay, cool, we have the open exploration Pokemon game. Are you able to do like these cool setups like in Breath of the Wild where you can effectively just play however you want?
Okay, fuck this point of view where you say Breath of the Wild has ultimate freedom. Bitch, the tutorial on top of the plateau, you are limited until you get the glider. Even in speedruns, you have to get the glider first. You always have to visit the first 3 shrines to get the modules for your Chic phone, your Chic device. I forgot what it's called. So that is also extremely limiting and gatekeeping. So fuck your argument that that Breath of the Wild has ultimate freedom, because Breath of the Wild also has its own restrictions. Can you go to the 4 bosses or straight to Ganon or do any combinations of the former? Yes, you can. Can you go to the nobles straight away or explore the area first, find all the different Pokemon, get research tasks in, level up, get better Pokeballs, and I don't know, just make yourself a little stronger in the process? Yes, you can. If you think that you're limited to directly go to the noble Pokemon, you have not understood any form of gameplay in this game, period. And it shows.
No, there's not enough foundation to Pokemon Legends to give you any freedom to do anything interesting inside the game. If a Pokemon is just a mellow Pokemon, you walk up, you get within 3 inches of it, and then you give it a concussion by throwing a Pokeball at it.
Oh, you mean it's better to torture Pokemon by beating it within an inch of its life, quite literally, or poisoning it, burning it, making it unable to move properly through paralysis, or just straight up putting it to sleep? Yeah, that's better. A mild concussion with a Pokeball to the head. It doesn't even have to hit it in the head. It can hit it on claws, arms, legs, the booty. It can hit it anywhere. But yeah, let's just use the worst potential outcome and make that the only point available to me, because my hate bubble doesn't allow anything else. That's you, Verlisify. That's you.
If the Pokemon is skittish, prepare to get a headache from when somehow the Pokemon spots you even though it's not looking at you, and then you can't even get like close enough to throw a Pokeball or...
Let me guess, you're complaining about it because the Pokemon didn't see you? Yeah, Zubat would like to have a word with you. Fucking seriously, you don't understand that Pokemon can hear? Are you really that inept? Are you really that inept in your mind that you can't comprehend the fact that Pokemon might be able to hear you? If you run around like a goddamn idiot, of course people, and Pokemon in this case, people in real life, Pokemon in this game, will understand that you are there. This is actually one of the most realistic Pokemon to date. But let's shit on it because... what again? Ah, yeah, because it's not Let's Go 2.
or even like lock on your targeting, so you're forced into a battle or you just get to
Wait, what?
close enough to throw a Pokeball or even like lock on your targeting, so you're forced into a battle or you just get to watch it run away.
You're not forced into battling. Like you said, you can run away. So you... Jesus fucking Christ. Illiterate.
It's kind of the same thing for like the aggressive Pokemon. Like if the Pokemon sees you, you're either forced into a battle or you have to like run away to reset the encounter from a weird angle and then maybe try to cheese a catch. But
let's word this extremely negative, just so people get the feeling that, when a Pokemon actually chased me down, I have to run around like 50 kilometers around to the next position so I can get a new chance on actually attempting a sneak catch on it. Wow, that's pathetic wording. God damn. Really pathetic. Like, wow.
but there's nothing dynamic about it. So
Yeah, sure. No dynamic. The different personalities of Pokemon, the different behaviors of Pokemon. The fact that you can either attempt the sneak catch or the straight up battle or just ignore it altogether. There's no dynamic here. There's nothing worthwhile here. Oh god, I hope that everyone who watches this is aware of the fact how absolutely mindless this whole argument actually was. There is no dynamic because everything can be done in multiple ways, but if you just fuck up everything, you have to redo it. Guess what? That's everything in life ever, period.
it's not like, oh, I need to adapt to do interesting things to catch this Pokemon. It's just very clunky. Also,
What the fuck?
and then maybe try to cheese a catch, but there's nothing dynamic about it. It's not like, oh, I need to adapt to do
Of course you have to adapt. You literally called out different behaviors of Pokemon and different ways to go about the catch. Of course it's adapting. Oh god. Do you not have short nor long-term memory? Because in this, I'm honestly thinking that you have neither, because this is the only way that you talk about this makes any form of sense. I've talked about for like an hour already. God damn it, I'm sorry.
interesting things to catch this Pokemon. It's just very clunky. Also, yeah, the controls
No, it's not clunky.
are clunky. Everything feels like it's got a little bit of lag. Like Switch.
You mean because there are actual animations? Fuck me. Making things look realistic in the landscape of Legends Arceus and it having animations. Oh, it's so clunky. God damn.
Switching between your targeting and then throwing the Pokemon or throwing the Pokeball, it just doesn't feel natural or enjoyable.
Yeah, because you actually going in, getting a Pokeball, and then readying it. Having it actually make sense animation-wise and gameplay-wise, that you can't literally just... like, literally from the pocket. Yeah, that's just shit. That's just shit development. It doesn't make sense, it's not logical, blah, 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 fuck off. Oh. You called this a review, but you are just hate rambling.
Enjoyable, and that's kind of it. Like you just run, you see a Pokemon, you throw a Pokeball, and you hope for the best. Maybe something happens, maybe it doesn't.
You just described every single Pokemon in existence, except the spin-offs, of course. Ranger is different. There, you have to spin around the Pokemon, and something might happen. Maybe it doesn't. You just described every single main series Pokemon in existence, and you don't even realize it. Mindset. Let's go peak.
You do that for an hour and you get an arbitrary amount of research points, and that's kind of it. I kind of enjoyed like just having my Pokemon just like throwing them at trees to get like apricorns, throwing them at rocks to get tumblestones, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't.
Yeah, you don't get resources from doing it. You don't get experience. Oh wait, you get experience and you get resources. So the fuck are you saying? What's your point?
Mean anything. There's no reward to any of this. Gathering the items is pointless.
Gathering the materials to get Pokeballs and all that. Yeah, that's pointless because why again? Yeah, because it's not Let's Go 2.
Oh man, we have crafting in Pokemon, but the crafting is pretty meaningless because like you burn through Pokeballs. And
gee, I fucking wonder why you're able to collect all these Tumblestone and Apricorns. I fucking wonder. Also, if there is no point and if there's no way of actually catching Pokemon, why would you burn through Pokeballs? Maybe your aim is just shit.
And there's like
Oh yeah, by the way, a ball that is too heavy to fly high or far, but it is highly effective if you manage to hit an unsuspecting Pokemon. That was the meme that I showed earlier.
inflated health and stat values, so it seems like the game...
When a Pokemon game decides to have its own stat values, that is not inflation. That is the game making its own rules. Older Pokemon had to be more resilient because there was more fighting. Guess what? It makes sense Pokemon lore-wise, and it makes sense reality-wise. You know, the things outside, the place where you haven't been in years. Verlisify?
deliberately tried to take veteran Pokemon players out of their comfort zone by just destroying the entire system.
Yeah, let's not go to a Pokemart, just buy 200 Pokeballs straight up. And let's not have a forced fight with every single encounter. Yeah, that's such a bad design. Oh no. I feel so sorry for myself. God damn it.
Because instead of EVs and IVs, we have effort levels, and training those is just annoying anyway, so like you catch Pokemon.
Oh yeah, because the previous system was so perfect, right? Having two completely different stats that mess so much with a Pokemon's stats. Yeah, that's totally better than one coherent stat that is easy to understand. It's like trying to teach a 4-year-old how a black hole works. They will say that they understood it, but actually they didn't understand a word.
You might notice that like a level of Pokemon has like more stats and more health than it does, and then the battling just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because the other Pokemon have not adjusted stats. Oh wait, they do. So everything is rebalanced. Because everyone is working under the same coherent battle system. You just showed again that you have absolutely no fucking clue what you're saying. And you just wanna artificially create another reason to shit on this game.
Because like the way that these numbers interact messes with the damage formula to where like you throw out a strong move and it does like
no order change between strong or agile style.
like a quarter of a Pokemon's health, and they just use a neutral non-stab move and it does like half of a Pokemon's health. And you're just sitting there like wondering like what.
Whoa, I zoned out for a second because I was trying to comprehend his stupidity. What did you say?
Throw out a strong move and it does like a quarter of a Pokemon's health.
What?
Messes with the damage formula to where like you throw out a strong move and it does like a quarter of a Pokemon's health, and they just use a neutral non-stab move and it does like half of a Pokemon's health.
Wow, if you use a Geodude that uses a strong style rollout, for instance, and then it uses explosion the next turn, oh, guess fucking what? Of course the damage is gonna be different. Also, from my own personal experience, I figured that boss battles are actually immune against the power boosts of strong style. So that's the only thing that I have personally experienced. I'm pretty sure boss battles are immune against strong and agile strong style damage.
And you're just sitting there like wondering like why. It feels like the game is just like the game doesn't make sense for artificial difficulty and to make you relearn Pokemon for no reason. Like all of the intuitive decisions don't work, and then after experimenting for a bit,
Wait, what the fuck? You call the gameplay intuitive now? You said the battle system is shit. Now it's intuitive? Makes sense, dumbass. Quick attack and bite have same move prio. Bite does way more damage than strong rollout number 2. Because maybe bite just has a higher base power? Battle system is garbage. No, you just are fucking inept.
the game doesn't make sense for artificial difficulty.
Artificial difficulty in an artificially created game. Gee, I fucking wonder why that is.
And to make you relearn Pokemon for no reason.
Oh no, a new generation needing to relearn things? Oh my god, is that the reason that people hated X and Y? Because it introduced fairy types? So you had to relearn like 4 types? Oh my god, that's so unimpressive.
Like, all of the intuitive decisions don't work, and
Also, have you ever considered that perhaps the reason that you have bite as a higher priority is the fact that bite is a naturally learned move, which is actually fast. Ever considered that? Rollout is slow. Of course, the strong nor agile style will do anything about that. But that's taking way too much brain juice, and like I said, let's go.
And then after experimenting for a bit, you just realize the new battle system brings nothing to the game. The turn
Yes, it does. You're just mentally not able to comprehend it.
order doesn't make sense, and then most times like, oh, I just get to attack twice in a row, and then the Pokemon let its guard down anyways, and nothing happened. Like, no interesting interactions happen from the strong style or the agile style or the Pokemon being able to fight. Sometimes I get the jump on the Pokemon, it gets an unfair like first hit on me, and then I get KO'd.
You didn't even hit it there. It was right in front of the Parasect. Wait, is this the meme? Is this the creation of the meme?
Sometimes I get the jump on the Pokemon, it gets an unfair like first hit on me, and then I get KO'd, but it was a Bidoof anyway, so I bring in my normal Pokemon, use an agile style, and then my strongest attack.
Verlisify can't read. He's using a heavy ball from like 20 meters away when the heavy ball flies like 1 meter max. Oh my god, you... Jesus Christ. Let's go.
Attack, and I guess we just win the battle that way. The angry Pokemon feature seems unnecessarily restrictive like everything else in the game. I got this level 30 Pokemon down to very low health with my team of level 15s, and after throwing multiple Pokeballs at it, didn't catch it.
Oh no! A Parasect with what, like a catch rate of 75? I looked this up actually when I saw the meme, because I was like, maybe he actually hit one of them. What would be the catch rate if he actually did catch it? Parasect has a catch rate of 75. Dialga Palkia have a catch rate of 30. Just let that sink in. And you can catch it with a few Pokeballs? Oh no, that is so sad. In a regular Pokemon game, that might work. It might have worked in this game. You just didn't get the lucky roll for the catch. Okay, you said that with your team of level 12 to 15s, you got it low. Well, guess what? Parasect doesn't have the best stats in the world anyway. And you were lucky enough to have Bidoof with Rollout. And Parasect is a bug type. It's super effective. I have to explain it to you, Verlisify, because you are inept enough to not realize that.
And I wasn't able to like sneak up and throw a Pokeball anyways because the Pokemon like always has its guard up.
That's fucking bullshit. There were multiple alpha Pokemon that I was able to sneak up on because I actually take this game seriously. And I understand way more about this game than you ever will, Verlisify.
So you can't do any kind of like interesting traversing around the map and then like just trying to set it up and plunk Pokeballs at until you catch it.
Yes, you can. You just suck.
No, you're forced in the battle. And even if you have the battle won, you don't get to earn that Pokemon catch. Also, why is the...
Oh no, the same principle that every single Pokemon in existence follows. If you KO the Pokemon, you don't get to catch it. Oh no, whatever would we do without this? Wow.
Level 30 Pokemon battle with my level 15s easier than the evenly matched Munchlax battle. Again, the way like...
You lost multiple Pokemon to his Parasect. You had like 3 KO'd Bidoof in your party. And you may have sneaked in a critical hit. You're a manipulative shitstain who would cut out something like that to make their own point look better. Just like with the coverage of the old Sinnoh lore, where you cut out the audio, or whatever, maybe you didn't even read it for the video, where you cut out a section that exemplifies exactly what Legends Arceus exemplifies.
Like the move setups and the way in the game plays out just makes absolutely no sense.
It doesn't make sense to you because you don't understand it.
And it's just like, it's annoying and restrictive for no reason. It's like, oh, remember when strong Pokemon in the wild area were kind of annoying? When it's like, wait, I just beat this very high level Pokemon, I'm just not allowed to catch it because the Pokemon has its guard up. And I can't, like, use that to snowball or get any kind of advantage. So really, it's just an entire, like, it's a waste. Like, it's just a waste of time for no real rewards or no real benefit to your game. And why have that in the...
Are you still talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield? Or are you talking about Legends Arceus again? Because you made no clear cut in your thought process there. I'm going to assume that everything negative that you say is about Legends Arceus. So let me bring this back to you really quick. The fact that over-leveled Pokemon in the wild area that you didn't have the ability to catch was highly restrictive, unlike what the alpha Pokemon in this game do. Wanna know why? Because in this game, you can catch them. They just don't obey. That is the risk-rewards restriction system behind Legends Arceus. That's it. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, you don't get anything. Like, seriously. Overleveled Pokemon, run away from it. That's the only option that you have. Because, fuck the people playing this wanting the challenge to take something on, right? In this game, you can take on a level 30 Pokemon with a level 15 team. You can make yourself get through that challenge. And you say that there is no interesting gameplay in this. Because you are trying so hard to manipulate everyone that this is shit, even though it's great. Fuck me.
The open area game. Why plunk in a level 40 Pokemon if you can just completely ignore it and then you're actually benefiting from it because you're not wasting your time?
Yeah, but the Sword and Shield system was so much better because them running at you or them...
So the best move is to not engage with the game. Also, it's like, oh man, but
Yeah, one aspect of the game just makes everything absolutely shit. In which case, no game ever should be played, because every single game in existence has a flaw. Dude, you just want to kill gaming, don't you?
More attacking your trainer, the game gets hard. Nah, just avoid stupid decisions.
That's coming from your mouth? Seriously? Okay. Yeah, hey, Verlisify, how about you follow your own concept of not doing stupid decisions and you stop being a little league-reliant bitch? I don't know, that would be a pretty smart decision for you to follow going forward.
And then there's other restrictions that come in and make the game complete garbage. Like, I found a patch of Scythers, and I didn't...
Wow, he interrupted his own flow of speech so hard that I don't want to listen to what he has to say.
Didn't aggravate them, didn't have any of their guard up. I got a back throw on one of the Pokeballs with a perfect...
Oh no, did you not see the white line dissipate? The reason that this doesn't work is because this is a mid-range Pokeball. Heavy balls are short-range Pokeballs. The long-range Pokeballs are the feather and wing Pokeballs. And I think there's one more after that? One more variation? I don't know what it's called though. So you complaining about a mid-range Pokeball not working on long range is like anyone saying that their $20 bill wasn't able to pay for a $50 meal. Completely mindless.
Perfect shot, bounces right off. There was no indication that the Pokemon wasn't catchable. I just wasn't allowed to catch it because you're not allowed to play how you want.
You just don't understand the range system of Pokeballs. You can't play how you want. You just play wrong.
Here's how the exploration works. It's mostly empty. Like, there's going to be...
Oh, please, fuck off. Like every 10 meters, there is either a Pokemon or a collection point or an item to grab. You saying it's empty is so fucking manipulative, honestly.
Maybe a patch of grass with a Pokemon in it, and then like an item next to it to pick up to kind of fill in the space. There's really nothing of note in most of the areas, and anything that might have something interesting like multiple Pokemon or resource node or rare item to pick up, it's completely scripted. Like you're forced.
Every single thing in the entire map is scripted, you dumb sack of delusion. There is no actual randomness in any game. There's always some form of code behind it that will generate it according to set code. There's always a limit to how much can be generated in certain areas. And these points have been crafted in a way that you get a sense of the area, that you get a sense of the scenery, items, Pokemon, everything in unison. Is it perfect? No, I haven't said that. But it's not as fucking garbage as Verlisify makes it out to be. Everything is scripted because the developers had to place these things. They had to rig the things so that the interactions with the terrain make sense.
Forced to play in to how the devs want you to approach that area instead of being creative and finding a way around it.
You can explore the entire area from start to finish. You are lying if you say that that is not true. And you don't get that because you were only willing enough to play the cleaver fight. You were not willing enough to show balls and do anything post the only thing that you know from the trailers. You were not willing enough to actually give this game a sliver of a chance, even though that you said that you wanted to give this game a chance in a video. My god, you're literally the worst content creator in the entire community.
I can't be strategic on how I approach those sides.
You don't know strategy anyway. The fuck are you on about? How many drugs do you take to get to this level?
Scythers and win that encounter. Now I'm supposed to stumble in there like an idiot, have 3 Scythers attack me, and then realize I'm under-leveled and get knocked out.
No, you don't. That's you being an absolute negative little bitch.
Because, like, it's just a lot of things like that.
You don't even have an explanation for it. Because you are lying.
Where it's like, man, this is just kind of BS. I can't come in and approach this Pokemon without it spotting me, and after it spots me, now the entire encounter is annoying and scuffed. So I guess instead of just trying to, like, throw the Pokeball to catch it, I'm forced into a battle, and then the battle is just going to be weird because the new battling system sucks and doesn't bring anything to the games.
Oh, you mean the same Pokemon battling system that we've had for ages anyway? Just with slightly different turn orders, and it's not all the time switch, unless there is a speed tie? What kind of shit have you been smoking?
And even if I'm, like, able to just overpower this Pokemon and catch it without any issue, I'm still forced into that, so...
Huh? No, you're not. You could retreat, strategically reposition, and try again from an actual advantageous point. Meanwhile, Verlisify, oh, there is a Paris 50 meters away. Let me throw my heavy ball.
It just becomes regular Pokemon, but worse.
Oh my god. A Pokemon game that is Pokemon. Fuck me, that's a revelation. And it's not worse. It's either better or the same.
Somehow. The boss battles are
Not somehow. You don't have an explanation for it. All you do is shit on a system you don't understand.
actually dumber than I could have ever imagined. You don't have to send out a Pokemon to fight to weaken the boss.
Oh, guess what? That's the freedom of fighting how you want to.
Spam dodge. That's it. You just keep spamming until the Pokemon stands still, and then you light it up by throwing its favorite food at it.
If you spam, you eventually get hit, because there is a certain amount of starting and end lag on the dodge roll, which makes it much more coherent than the Birth by Sleep dodge roll of Aqua and Ventus, which are on higher levels absolutely invincibility. But you are incapable of understanding it because fuck trying to understand how the system works. I'm just gonna hate on it because I have nothing else in my life.
Because we're not allowed to have any action or actually Pokemon are allowed to attack each other, but we can't do.
You even got hit. You dodge rolled into a wall expecting to let me just run head first into a wall. Oh my god, where did that wall come from? What did he even say? Who even cares?
Do anything interesting to weaken a Pokemon other than give it.
By the way, your absolute lack of intelligence shows again.
But we can't do any.
I can't do anything other than throw the items at the Pokemon. There is no fighting it, even though the trailer's shown it. I'm sorry that you expected the game to throw the Pokemon out for you, because you want hand-holding. That's why you love Let's Go so much. Seeing this prompt right below the HP bar, damn, that's really hard to understand. Oh god. You gotta have at least 5 different PhDs to understand this prompt. Damn. Fucking hell.
Anything interesting to weaken a Pokemon other than give it food so it's happy, and that's the boss fight. But then at the same time, a big defense of the game is, well, Pokemon games have always been made for children, so you're wrong for trying to expect any maturity or any advanced gameplay out of a Pokemon game.
Wow, you picked one of the worst possible points to make about Pokemon to defend your shittiest argument. Pokemon has always been for kids? Explain Lavender Town. Explain the concept of death openly being pointed out in Pokemon Gen 1. Pokemon has always been for kids? Yeah, fuck off.
Even though somehow Mario Odyssey, more mature, more difficult than the future Pokemon Legends game. And
oh yeah, let's make every single game from one publisher. Let's bring all those in when it comes to maturity against one game that I just hate. Damn, that's really weak. That just shows that you have no arguments, that you have to bring in other games of this publisher, Nintendo, and that you have to bring in the maturity of other games to show that you just hate Legends Arceus and that you think that this game has no maturity, which it does. But you don't understand that because you literally surrendered this game to this game after 3 hours because you have no balls whatsoever.
in Breath of the Wild, no one's like, well, Breath of the Wild was supposed to be made for children. Nah, the game wanted to be a good...
What? Oh yeah, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, back in 2003. How you stab Ganondorf through the head? That's made for children. Ocarina of Time, Link turns into a wolf and literal people dying in that game? That's made for children. Even the very cartoonish looking Skyward Sword, which had your best friend being kidnapped early on, and you fighting a literal hell monster, that's made for children. Sure. Just because children can pick it up doesn't mean it's tailor-made for children.
Good game, so it decided to be a good game. Pokemon Legends.
Yeah, the game itself decides that it wants to be a good game.
Never wanted to be a good game from the start, and it...
Oh my fucking god, shut the hell up. I just have a hate burner for this game, so I think it's shit, and therefore it is shit, because my word is absolute law.
clearly shows. Every aspect of gameplay...
No, it doesn't show. You see what you want to see because that's what a contrarian superiority complex bitch like you does.
Play is shallow and the bare minimum and provides nothing to the genre it's trying to replicate or
Now he's talking about Let's Go and he doesn't realize it.
just Pokemon in general. Like, oh man, we got an action RPG where the only action RPG element is a roll dodge. And
Is that the only thing that you have to say against Legends Arceus being undeserving of being an action RPG? That it only has a dodge roll? By the way, it's dodge roll, not roll dodge. Who am I trying to lecture here? Mentally inept anyway. My god, you're boring me. Not every single action RPG in the world needs 50 different variations of action RPG actions available to you. You don't need a block/reflect function in every single action RPG. You don't even need a dodge roll in every single action RPG. Each game can decide on its own basis what kind of elements they want to add in. And as you can see, the action RPG element of a dodge roll is enough for Legends Arceus, because a reflect or a block doesn't make fucking sense.
And as I've been talking about the open area exploration with the Pokemon interactions, it's not what you're looking for. Like, you can project all that you want
Oh, whoa. I've heard of this clip already. I know exactly what he's talking about. Oh my god. I didn't know that this is actually where it came from. Holy shit. I had no idea that this was actually part of the review, which is just opinions again. You can project whatever the fuck you want, sure. But with literally millions of people loving this game, really isn't a projection happening. Because millions of people think the same thing, that this game is great.
Pokemon Legends to be that it's open world.
It's open area, segmented open area. Anyone who said open world from the start, which admittedly, again, I have to count myself towards those people because I also drew comparisons that I shouldn't have made in the past, it's wrong. It's wrong.
That it has cool exploration, that
It has.
it has interesting Pokemon interactions.
It does. It literally has the best interactions in the entire franchise.
But then you're actually lying to yourself.
No.
And if you are still trying to fight that, then you just need to cope.
You are coping so hard with the fact that you don't have Let's Go 2 that you crapped out literally over 30 videos hating on this game. Because you are just a sad little... Insert some word that I can't say without getting my channel in jeopardy. Because you wanted a Let's Go 2, you didn't get it, and now you hate this.
And if you can't do that, there is no saving you.
Said the guy who's literally beyond saving with him hating on something, yet still crapping out content about it. Like honestly, this is 1 day ago from the time that I record this, on the 17th. He supposedly uploaded this on the 16th. And this so-called review, I don't even get the time frame here. This is at least, I don't know, 2 weeks old. So, yeah. You're lying to yourself because you still create content about Legends Arceus, even though you hate the game. You've told everyone you hate the game. You shouldn't do content about it because you're basically a hypocrite. But here you are, still just looking at the clicks, looking at the money aspect, because that's the only thing that you care about with your garbage-ass videos, which is why they are so low quality.
The problem with social media and modern society is that people are completely unable to admit when they were wrong.
You are talking about yourself.
And they will just keep doubling down and overinvesting.
Like you are.
No matter how terrible their position has become.
Which is literally the point where we are right now. Legends Arceus selling super well, outselling BDSP from what I've heard last, which was like 1 week ago. And guess what? People overall on social media agree that this game is absolutely amazing. And here you sit in the current boat of your own hate echo chamber, and you are still just rowing away into the hellscape of a tornado that is full of hate. Because that's just what you do. You keep the hate rolling to make yourself stay relevant in the least amount that is possible. Because otherwise, if you were to do regular content on this platform, you'd have zero relevancy overnight. And you talk about people doubling down, how no matter how terrible their position has become, while you are literally the embodiment of that thesis? Shit. You talk from experience, I guess.
And that is the state of Pokemon Legends.
No, that's your state.
You don't need to play a bad game to know it's a bad game.
Yes, you do. You don't get what actual playtesting and actual reviews are about.
You don't need to engage with something you know you won't enjoy to know you won't enjoy it.
How do you know you won't enjoy it? Fun fact on the sideline. I absolutely despise Fortnite with a burning passion, because I think that third-person shooters shouldn't exist. Yet I didn't just sit there, hate Fortnite for the entirety of my life, without ever playing it. No, I invested 25 hours in the game to realize that I hate it. Do I tell other people that they shouldn't play Fortnite? No, I just say I don't like Fortnite, it's a third-person shooter, which is a terrible concept, and that's that. I am indifferent to Battle Royale, so Battle Royale doesn't interest me personally. I just don't like Fortnite. But do I tell everyone to stop playing Fortnite? No, because that would be brain damage. Play whatever the hell you want. Enjoy whatever you want. People are diverse. We have like 7 billion different people. And basically every single one of them is an individual. Some of them may look alike, but they are fundamentally different.
That's Pokemon Legends. And it should have been red flags from the start, because the way that Pokemon Legends was advertised is completely different to what the game is.
What kind of trailer have you been watching? Because I have seen trailers that had very little to go off on, only showed one big area, and sure, the comparison to Breath of the Wild was there. I'm not going into detail about that again because I think it irritates people and it's annoying. But what kind of trailers have you been watching? We've seen the nobles, we've seen the big areas, we've seen exploration through different means, through the riding, through the gliding, through the surfing. What kind of trailers have you been watching? Could there have been more clear information in the trailers? I believe so. I believe that, except for things like Pokemon are terrifying creatures, they could have shown actual cutscenes of Survey Corps members actually being hurt in like the what's the place called? Like the medic facility in a military base. I don't know what it's called from the top of my head. Infirmary? I think it's called infirmary. I'm not sure on that. And they could have shown something like that to show that Pokemon really are dangerous. But instead, we see our protagonist, no matter the gender, being attacked by something like an Electivire, like a Garchomp, and the attack materializes around us. So, yeah. The point has been made. I don't know what kind of trailer you've been watching.
And unless you actually, pay attention, you're not going to see that.
You paying attention is so limited to Let's Go, you don't even understand anything that's going on in the world.
So, it's just a dishonest game.
No. You are a dishonest Poketuber, quotation on Poketuber, because you shouldn't even do Pokemon content considering how much you seem to hate Pokemon. And it's not a dishonest game. If it was dishonest, it would have told us in the trailers or even on the back of the package that it does one thing and then in the game it's, I don't know, Super Mario Bros. Wii. That would have been a dishonest game. You just don't get this game, and that's why you think it's dishonest. Because your mental capabilities are too limited to understand what's going on.
It was so dishonestly marketed that should be red flags right there. And then when you get into it, it's like, oh, this is the same Pokemon game that we have had for the last couple of years. And
No. You literally talked about action RPG elements a minute ago. Where was that in the last 15 years of Pokemon, huh? RPG element check? I don't see him. I don't see him in Sun and Moon. I don't see him in Sword and Shield. I don't see them in your in the love of your life. Let's go. They are not there. So this is not the same Pokemon that we've had for years. You are lying, you're manipulating, and you are a goddamn shit stain for doing it.
even decades. Like this is every 3D Pokemon game, but worse. And if you're trying to pretend it's something else, you're objectively wrong.
No, it's not objectively wrong to think that this is a great game because your own experience, like the own experience of someone smarter than Verlisify, is just good with Pokemon Legends Arceus. I've had a mostly positive interaction base with Legends Arceus, although I did have things that even I had negatives to say about. Yeah, everyone else is just a mindless sheep, right? Everyone else is an idiot. Like, you love to call out people being idiots when they don't agree with your point of view, because that's totally fun, fair, and unbiased. Even when they are so kind as to say that they don't want to offend you, you still like to insult them. You are such a prick. And it's sad that you are still part of this community. I mean, you hate being in this community. Why are you still here?
The Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC, that was an innovation.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. The amount of cuckoo that you are is absolutely astonishing. The only worthwhile thing about the Pokemon Sword DLC, Sword and Shield DLC, was the Crown Tundra max raid adventures, and even that is frowned upon in the community itself.
That was moving us forward. Pokemon Let's Go, alternative gameplay styles, that was what...
I think I've come full circle now, that I've gone so numb that I can't even laugh at this anymore, because you call Let's Go innovation? The Pokemon that basically took Fire Red, Leaf Green, took regular Pokebattles out in favor of the Pokemon Go system, that literally washed down the gameplay, the difficulty, made the experience all permanent, no matter what you want, the only innovation, which only had one innovation, which was the Elite Trainer Battles. The different trainer battles that unlock after you beat the champion. Pokemon Let's Go was a regression in terms of Pokemon overall. It took Fire Red, Leaf Green. It took away from it. It took away the interesting post-game content with the Savials and all that. It took all that away. And in favor, we got the stupid-ass, mindless Pokemon Go catch system. But yeah, let's call that innovative. Sure. You're literally able to beat the entire game with just Eevee or Pikachu. Let's call that innovative. Because the special Pokemon are just so actually buff now that they actually have the potential to solo the entire Elite Four, especially Eevee, because for whatever reason, they decided to give Eevee one type of every evolution, one move of every type, with bonus side effects, mind you, and to also buff all stats by at least, I think, 10 to 20 points. So suddenly Eevee can outspeed and outdamage a few things. Plus, it has that bubbly blast or whatever move it was, so it can recover HP. And by God, let's not talk about how absolutely simple the actual battles in this game are. If your Eevee is like even 3 levels behind the gym leader curve, you still almost one-shot everything, because Eevee and Pikachu, for the most part, are just so freaking powerful that you are able to manage yourself for the entire game anyway. But this game that actually has scary battles, yeah, that's a regression.
Way better than anything in Pokemon Legends, and also the quality of life of those games beats out anything Pokemon Legends could have provided.
You mean the regression of quality of life in Let's Go? My God, you are sucking off Let's Go so much, I wouldn't be surprised if you actually have the case of Let's Go on your bed, that you can cuddle with it at night. I wouldn't be surprised.
And that's my biggest complaint with Pokemon Legends. It doesn't need to exist.
Guess what? There is no game in reality that needs to exist.
And I haven't even gotten into how, like, the lore doesn't make any sense. I guess...
Oh my fucking God, shut up. You don't understand anything anyway, so why talk about lore that you don't comprehend?
It's like from the starting cutscene, you understand, like, oh, this just doesn't care. Why make a legend-based Pokemon game if you're going to shit on the existing history?
From the starting cutscene, oh, this doesn't care? What? You have not paid attention to a single second of what happened.
History of Pokemon, which is already rich and good and enjoyable, and then just make things up in the lazy...
Explain Pokeball creation in modern times. What materials are used? You can't explain that, can you now, shitstain?
Easiest way possible. Almighty Sinnoh, all these story cutscenes getting in the way and just making you go, nah, that's not Pokemon. This is stupid. Okay, I guess I get to take 5 steps, catch a Pokemon. That's another cutscene, alright. There was so much potential.
Well, let's take the only selection of cutscenes that actually flow from one into another and take that as the worst example possible. Yeah. Wow. Totally fair, unbiased, fair opinion. Yeah, fuck off. You don't have the balls to actually pinpoint things that are objectively wrong with the game. You only talk about your subjective little bitch syndrome. And that's that.
Potential to have the best Pokemon game ever. It was practically free. You just...
No, it wasn't free.
Upgrade the graphics of Pokemon Sword and Shield. You make that the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. The Grand Underground's awesome. Overworld Shiny Pokemon again, because there was no reason for it to be removed in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and even Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Like, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl as is, in the Grand Underground, like, there's Overworld Pokemon. Why not just show them shiny? Oh, that's right, because we need, like, 1 or 2 features to...
We just need 1 or 2 features to pointlessly remove them from the old games, so we can implement this in the new game, so that we have a feature to promote, which literally never got promoted ever. Is that the point you're trying to make? My fucking God, you're so devoid of intelligence it hurts. When the developers say, we don't want people to see overworld shinies in Sword and Shield, then that is the point developers are free to choose for. If we don't like that, we can say we don't like it. But that doesn't mean that we have the entitlement to say that they should be in and that they have to be in. Okay, you can say it, but it doesn't mean that the developers have to act upon that wish. When the developer says they don't think that Overworld Shinies would enrich the gameplay of Sword and Shield or BDSP, then that is their opinion, and that is their decision to make. Is it a good decision? I personally don't think so, but I have to accept it because I can change it anyway. So why would I make myself get mad about that fact day in, day out, for every single week? That is something that Verlisify doesn't have the mental capacity for to understand. That at one point, you should just let your hate just flow out. Because it doesn't matter what you think the game is about. It doesn't matter what you think the game should have had. The developers decide for that. And if you don't like it, don't buy the fucking game. You bought it, so you're part of the problem. So shut your unintelligent mouth.
Salvage Pokemon Legends from being absolute garbage. Like, yeah, I'll give props that Pokemon Legends has overworld shinies.
Okay, you put this in as an apology, as like as sort of a what. I didn't hate on the game entirely. I said the overworld shinies were cool. No, you put this in as a strawman argument to basically say, I hate this game. There is this one thing that makes everyone think, okay, this is actually objective, not subjective. And you put this in simply to make people think that you're objectively reviewing this game. You don't mean this. You hate this game. You hate that this game has overworld shinies. And that's final. You should have let this out of your thought process because this doesn't matter.
But then that's just a knock on Game Freak because it means that...
Yep. He's just shitting on everyone and everything with that compliment he made. Because it's just a strawman argument. Fuck me.
Other games had features needlessly removed for no reason. So Pokemon Legends is a complete waste of potential that's a step backwards for Pokemon in every way possible. And that's before we get into the graphics. The graphics are terrible.
Think about that what you want. I couldn't care less. The graphics are fine, despite what anyone says.
The game stutters.
What the fuck? Did you beat your Switch with a baseball bat 20 times for your game to stutter? Because my game has not stuttered once. In all the 30 hours I played literally back to back. And past that point, it hasn't stuttered once.
Your character animations are awkward. The facial...
What? Very subjective again. If you think they're awkward, whatever. Who fucking cares? Objectively, they're not awkward. They're actually the best in the series.
facial expressions are lifeless.
Yep. The fact that you switch from angry to regular to sad or concerned to surprised. Yeah, it's lifeless. Oh, fuck me, it's lifeless. Meanwhile, the Let's Go character only goes from neutral to angry. But that's innovation.
interaction I have in the game just feels off.
Yeah, because you hate the game from the start, so you just hate it. You don't have it in you to give this game a fair shot. That's it.
And it's just not good. I don't understand how a game can look and perform worse than Breath of the Wild 5 years after Breath of the Wild comes out. But here we are, with less characters and less things happening on screen. I would have so much less disdain for this game if the Pokemon Company was just honest about it.
No, you were thinking that it was something it was not marketed as. Never in any marketing have I heard Nintendo actually say, we are creating an open world Pokemon game.
If this was a spin-off game for $40, I wouldn't have as many complaints, but
are you goddamn mindless? Yes, you are. It was a rhetorical question. Of course you are. Spin-off game for $40?
Like, oh god, I didn't even talk about the Hisuian designs being awful. The new Pokemon designs are awful.
Oh yeah, thank fuck you're spoiling it for anyone who hasn't played it properly yet. By the way, Palkia's design, while looking kind of ridiculous and hilarious, honestly, it is basically Arceus influenced, which you can see with the two rings here, and the fact that it's actually quadrupedal now. I think that's what you call it when you have 4 legs. Quadrupedal? Bipedal is 2 legs, right? I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not wrong here. Also, Verlisify, when you talk about a difficult gaming experience, maybe you shouldn't have 3 Bidoof. You're going to catch another one here. Maybe you shouldn't have 3 Bidoofs in your party. That's just the humble opinion of someone who's better at any Pokemon game in existence than you. This basically is Arceus orientated, and it makes sense. The origin form, as they are called, I would have actually called them Arc form, because they are Arceus inspired. Both this one and Dialga are very Arceus inspired. I would have called them Arc form, but that's just my personal opinion. They are absolutely in line with the core premise of Arceus having influence over them still. And the Adamant and Lustrous Orb having a new purpose in this game to change them like this, that's just fucking intelligent.
Like, the franchise is called Pokemon. If the new creatures being added into the game are bad, that actually makes the game worse.
Oh no, we no longer have silly Pokeballs coming to life. We no longer have ice cones floating around. We don't have anything interesting anymore. Funny how you don't have Hisuian, Growlithe, and Zorua here, because they are actually good designs. Very manipulative as well. Cleaver is a sick design. Being very much a master of a wood area, adjusting itself to have access for arms, that's just smart. Decidueye looking very old school ninja-like, absolutely smart. Hisuian Zoroark, absolutely adorable. Yes, I called it adorable. A more lean Lilligant, because it has to be way more agile, it has to fight way more. Absolutely makes sense. Hisuian Arcanine, actually pretty cool, despite the admittedly garbage color scheme. Throwback. Ursaluna, I'm indifferent to it. I personally don't like it, but I know that a lot of people love it, so there's that. And the fact that you put these two on the very bottom row just shows that you don't comprehend what these forms actually are supposed to mean.
Because you can't really ignore it, and then that's just those are just stuck in Pokemon forever. So I mean, if this was
Yeah, because let's think about any new form that has ever been introduced. Megas are still in the game. Oh, wait a second. Speaking of form variations, not every single game has all forms of Meowth. Not every single game has all versions of Vulpix. Not every... actually, I think... Yeah, there's a gift Vulpix that you can get on Legends Arceus. Okay, that point actually got muted. Whoops, that's a mistake I almost made on camera. I mean, I made it, but I corrected myself. Because I care about having a truthful representation of facts. Verlisify, you might want to learn something from this. But there isn't a guarantee that all of these Pokemon will appear in later games. especially since some of these versions are very much exclusive to this sort of climate. And guess what? Later on, the climate will change. The landscape will change. Guess fucking what? It happens.
Spin-off game that cost less, then there wouldn't be the implications of main series. But like, every second spent in Pokemon Legends is a complete waste of time.
Wow. That's totally unbiased. Considering that all you want to do is hate this game.
There's no point of doing any of it. Even with Pokemon home transfers and like future VGC competitive, like you're better off just kind of farming a shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield or making a level 100.
Oh, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you. You have been so adamant about every single shiny and competitive being used being hacked for literal months on end. Like, you still shit on Wolfie VGC that he hacked every single Pokemon on his team. Because that's the only thing that gives your life joy. Now you want another reason to shit on the Pokemon community that they are going back to Sword and Shield to do exactly what you said, and you will accuse every single one who has a shiny that they have that shiny hacked. You just are going to do that because you are that easy to read.
Competitive and just being like, hey, you've got spare Hisuian Pokemon because you decided to waste money in your life.
Wow. Thank fuck we have business advisor Verlisify here telling you how to spend your own cash. What makes you so sure that you know how to spend money well? Considering that you call Sword and Shield a great deal. Or at least a DLC. You call that a great deal. Yeah, 15 hours of story. Admittedly, all legendaries, but that's it.
I'll trade you this in Pokemon Home. And then you do it. Like, there's nothing you can extract out of Pokemon Legends that is rewarding.
Again, with the interaction with the Shinx, he ran around like a fucking moron. And he is probably yelling in this live stream that this clip has to be from. That there is no reason that the Shinx should have recognized him there. Because he's just running around like a fucking moron.
Or worth the time you put into Pokemon Legends. And that's kind of true for all of Pokemon right now because the entire thing is a hack fest. And
you know that you insulted your wife, Let's Go? I hope you are aware of that. Because I hope the divorce is coming soon. Fuck my life. How do you go from, this game is fucking horrible to, yeah, basically every single Pokemon ever is a shit show? Hey, Verlisify, here's an easy solution. Quit playing Pokemon. It's that simple. But no, you're gonna sit there pretending to be a martyr for speaking your own mind, even though it's all hate, and you getting backlash from the community for being a lying, manipulative little asshole. And yeah, it's everyone else's fault. Sure. Yes, it's everyone else's fault. Because when I run into a fist 20 times, I also blame the person who held out the fist instead of blaming myself for running that direction 20 times. That totally makes sense. God.
the majority of the Pokemon community supports cheating, so...
Who here supports cheating? Huh? Oh, you mean because in the Pokemon community there was inevitably going to be someone to cheat shinies for clout? Yeah, that's such a world-breaking event that happened that day. Oh my fucking god. Guess what? For hate Bubblify. I'm getting creative with these. The majority of the Pokemon community doesn't support cheating. And if they do it just for themselves and not to impress anyone with their small dick. The people that actually cheat and do it for clout do it because they are so insecure about themselves that they know that they have no other way of actually getting anywhere unless they cheat, unless they do something that seems absolutely crazy as an achievement, but it's cheated. They know that there's no other way that they're going anywhere. And honestly, you don't have to go anywhere. The reason that I stream and do YouTube videos is just because it's a hobby of mine. I don't plan to ever get partnered on either platform. If I do get it at one point or another, I am gonna be one of the happiest people to ever exist. I can guarantee that. I'm not planning to do any of that. If it comes my way, it comes my way. That's the way that I see it. That's why I'm not cheating. That's why I will never cheat. So, you saying that the majority of the Pokemon community promotes and accepts and basically is very positive about cheating? No. Fuck no. You think it because you think that everyone having any achievement that you haven't had is cheating. Just like you probably think that everyone who beats you in Unite is hacking as well, right? Yeah, of course, because you're a goddamn delusional little monkey. Literally just a monkey.
A lot of it is a waste in that way, but even then, at least like the gameplay loop in Pokemon Sword and Shield, far more enjoyable, especially with the DLC. You're right.
Oh yeah, let's all suck on the DLC a little bit more so that people understand that you just love the DLC because it gave you your favorite Pokemon back, right? Especially things like Lopunny. Was that a low blow? Who fucking cares? This piece of shit insults anyone who isn't on his side directly, and he even calls out people being a bad father figure because they have a different opinion on a video game. So fuck low blows at this point.
Run out, you do some dens, do some digging duo, do some cramomatic crafting, get a Pokemon level 100, competitive in 10 minutes, feels good.
Oh yeah, and it's totally not repetitive to do that for multiple Pokemon at a time. Instead, I could just fly through Hisui on Braviary, enjoy the scenery, look for alpha Pokemon, have interesting interactions with those, and do all of that in 5 different regions. And maybe I repeat the cycle once per day. And maybe I get a shiny along the way, which is absolutely endorphin inducing. Oh yeah, that's such a terrible thought process. Fuck me. Who would ever do that? Oh, like literally every shiny hunter. Maybe not every single area, one after another, but at least the hunt for shiny alpha Pokemon has definitely elevated the amount of shiny hunting in this game from a mediocre shiny hunting experience in general to something that is actually super exciting. Especially when it's a mass outbreak alpha shiny. Those are things to actually get super excited about. And yeah, admittedly, you can water down the shiny rates, the shiny odds, down to like 1 in 500 something, which is like Masuda odds, with shiny charm and all that. But that's your free decision. You can decide to go to a Pokemon spot, just look for it, never catch it, keep it at full odds, and just keep flying around, round and round, and then go to the next area. Maybe a fun outbreak will happen. That's a little form of nice extra coding that spices up the gameplay as well, especially if you're a shiny hunter. Pachirisu outbreak? I like Pachirisu. Let's go for that. I know that there is a certain Gardevoir spawn on one of the islands. I'm gonna go for that. Gardevoir is cool. Gallade, it's perfect for catching other Pokemon. Let's get that shiny. Just going to farm some Tumblestone here and there, some Apricorns. Oh, random shiny Buizel. Or shiny Wurmple, or shiny Eevee. And meanwhile, Sword and Shield. You have to verify with every single encounter that the Pokemon actually is shiny. So you are restricted to seeing unnecessary cutscenes. And that hurts Sword and Shield very extensively.
You can put some teams together faster than any other Pokemon game, battle some friends, go on the battle spot, maybe do some ranking, get rewarded for it. The rewards in Pokemon Sword and Shield are actually meaningful.
If you have one team that you need to power up, that you need to use, that you want to use, then getting things like calcium are not meaningful rewards. If you get a mint as a reward, it's not a meaningful reward. But actually, one piece of truth here. Sword and Shield revolutionized the way that you can level up Pokemon. Guess what? Legends Arceus has the same thing. It's funny how that works, right? Also, I haven't even talked about the distortions that are another little piece of coding to spice up the gameplay even further.
Pokemon Legends, nothing matters. It looked...
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, because the game of the past that will definitely influence the present without this game, without what happens in this game, the current timeline wouldn't exist. That's something that you can't comprehend because your mental because your mental capacity ends at Let's Go.
Looks and feels like a tech demo.
If this were a tech demo, this would be the most impressive tech demo in the entire history of tech demos. This is not a tech demo. This is a good game.
Plays like a spin-off, and it should have just...
It plays like a spin-off. Yeah, this is basically Wild Area if the Wild Area had any quality in it.
never existed to begin with. All the effort the Pokemon Company could have thrown at the Sinnoh remakes should have just happened into one game to create the ultimate Pokemon experience.
This is funny. You keep talking about the ultimate Pokemon experience, yet you don't want the ultimate Pokemon experience because you want a Let's Go 2. You literally just want a Let's Go 2. And even if there was like an ultimate Pokemon game to be made, do you fucking think Game Freak would create that today? Like in this current time? Do you really think that? Game Freak is gonna look to create at least 4 more generations. I can almost guarantee that. We will have over 1,200 Pokemon at one point. I think that Game Freak still has ideas to milk, and Game Freak absolutely will create at least a Generation 9. Generation 10 might also be a thing. Maybe it's not gonna be called Generation 10, who knows? We will have to figure that out.
Even delay it. I don't care. You know, we don't get Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl in November. Pokemon, like, people are like, oh, what if Pokemon Legends had more time? No, it was so flawed from the beginning.
Oh, fuck you. Honestly, it's so pathetic to go on and on about your hate boner being the only argument that you realistically have. And you just keep on and on going about, oh, the game should have never existed in the first place because you just don't understand it.
The very concept Pokemon Legends could not be saved by any more amount of development time. But here's what Pokemon Company should have done. Make the ultimate Pokemon game, release it in summer 2022, everyone's happy. But instead, trash. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Oh, fuck off! No! Also, Wolfie, 100% confirmed cheater. Wolfie lied. Guys, in case you want me to disprove his hack allegations against Wolfie, tell me in the comment section below. If you would be so kind to subscribe to the channel, it's one click. It's literally free, and you can change your mind at any given time. For the time being, it would make me absolutely happy. And Who knows, maybe, just maybe, I have more people to absolutely fucking obliterate. Who knows? This is actually starting to become addicting, to tell Dunning-Kruger little bitches like Verlisify what actually happens. And yeah, in case you don't know the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's someone who has so much confidence but literally no experience or knowledge, but they compensate their lack of knowledge with a lot of confidence. So people say shit like, the Earth is actually flat, even though they have zero evidence, they cannot build a coherent model, and there is no scientific way to prove anything that they say about a flat Earth. But they say it with such confidence that they make people believe, who aren't willing to do the research or to think coherently, that the Earth is flat. And that is the Dunning-Kruger model, very simplified with the worst case scenario. The lower your confidence gets, the more your knowledge rises, the lower your confidence gets, because you are not quite sure about certain things that you said, so you aren't as confident about saying things. And then when your knowledge reaches max capacity for a certain subject, you can then use that to be confident about it. So basically, it's like a giant U wave with a slight diagonal form instead of straight down. It's like a diagonal, it's like a curved V form. A V, and it's more curvature. So yeah, Verlisify, Dunning-Kruger effect person, superiority complex to the highest degree, delusional, manipulative, just 4 things that he is. He is a shit stain on the Pokemon community, and every single Pokemon community member would benefit from him stop talking about Pokemon. But he won't, because it's the only thing that he apparently knows what to do with, even though he's really shit about it, as I have showcased a few instances of that in this video today. Anyway, like I said, maybe leave a rating. I don't care if it's up or down, just leave a rating. It helps my algorithm so that this video gets recognized by the algorithm more, so that more people can see this, because I will probably have put a lot of effort into this. Unlike Verlisify, who literally spends 30 minutes doing like 3 to 4 cuts with this. In case you want to see a screenshot of the way that I've cut together my last deconstruction, I can put a screenshot on my next video, at the end of the next video. Leave a comment in the section down below to let me know about that. Until then, this has been Marco aka Twisty, and I'm out. Peace!